Dear brothers and sisters, dear citizens of the Republic of the Gambia, on this segment, I am going to talk about the concerns and compelling forces which remain odds and obstacles before Gambians in Germany in particular, especially those who are facing deportation, even if they are not yet detained. Well, what I want to make categorically clear here is that from a professional angle, diplomatically, or on the side of law and immigration, this case calls for calculated moves that are based on facts, not speculation, not emotions. Therefore, after consulting some people on the ground in Germany, some of whom are law experts, others understand what it means when one is considered to be in the net of the immigration. None of those people I contacted responded in a way that is threatening. However, the only threat that could come out of it is when the case is left unattended or left frozen without being discussed to find solutions. Therefore, number one approach is it is a shared responsibility. No one can blame the German government entirely. No one can blame the Gambia government entirely. No one can also blame the Gambian brothers and sisters who left the Gambia, went through the back way or other ways to go to Germany, searching for what we call in quotes, greener pastures. Well, let's scale it down to the case of the Gambians that we cannot blame. Remember, the frenzy, the euphoria, the noise about the back way has drastically reduced. So, were there people behind this who turned it into a market but pretended to be working in the former government as security officers, or what? One has to ask yourself that question. The other question is, what used to motivate the youths to cross the Mediterranean Sea and they did not even care whether they died or not? We also understand the back way has been sealed, according to what I heard from people I was speaking to. Some of them are in Germany. Now that the back way has been sealed and that the brothers and sisters from the Gambia were motivated by biting challenges during the past 22 years. Some were running away because they didn't want to die, because their parents were killed, because they also didn't even want to stay in the army. In fact, a large number of former servicemen traversed the sea and are today in Italy or other parts of the Western Hemisphere. Do you think those people, if it was possible for them to join a boat and then enter America illegally, they would not have done it? They would have done it. Because as the English say, necessity is the mother of invention. They invented a way to be able to escape through a country controlled by ISIS, terrorist organizations after Gaddafi. If a person doesn't fear traversing that desert, traversing Libya, definitely that person was desperate. Now we have seen it reduce, and then according to the report I got, the back way has been sealed. Now, what do we search for? A solution. That is what they call home building in Germany. It is where people are trained in various skills, certified, and then they could go back home. Some law experts are saying that if the diplomatic angle exploits that, when I talk about diplomatic angle as a career diplomat, I was not a political appointee. I'm not talking about a particular ministry. The diplomatic angle, in fact, could be the ambassador and the consular there in Germany. You see, some things you don't need to wait for directives also. If it is good, it builds a good image for the government, for the country. It can bring in opportunities. You don't need a directive from a president or a minister for that. Okay? Now, these Gambians there, it is a shared responsibility. Why not we engage the German government? Find ways that we can use during negotiations with the help of law experts. Some of them, I spoke to them. Then they will find a solution, because the guarantee is that no more Gambian will enter. Then the ones that are already in there, we as a country also, as Gambians, would find more benefits in transforming them into dependable citizens with skills. Once they are trained and certified, they could also try to get incentives like small loans, which they will use to go back and establish a business. Well, number one,